Data is the new currency in the connected digital economy. Businesses are looking at how to make best use of the technology to integrate applications and businesses, gain data insights to transform their customer experience and analytics for their business. This is across the industries of financials, utilities, energy, manufacturing, retail, etc. For example, the retail industry is being transformed by online shopping experiences. Retailers are using many customer-facing back-office business applications, mobile and digital assistant applications, and SaaS applications, all of which are generating more data than ever before. This data is about their customers' lifetime value, brand loyalty, and insights, providing a new opportunity for them for cross-selling across its products. All this data is integrated to create a single view of the customer to delight the shopping experience. Hi, I'm Sreenivasa Setty, Cloud Business Leader and Thought Leader in Cloud Solutions and Services. I've been a catalyst in transforming more than 100 organizations into intelligent enterprises with cloud, infra, data, analytics, and API. Advanced innovation and business agility with cloud, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and analytics is powering the organizations into data-driven businesses. Cloud integrations, APIs, microservices, and cloud analytics and data visualization is the foundation to extend business applications, unleash business value, and enable data-driven business. Join me to meet the accomplished IT leaders who have been successful in the data and insights transformations in their organizations and learn from their experiences of cloud enabling data transformation. Of Vice President of Product Management of Data Solutions and Data Management at Oracle. Ed has over 23 years of technical and business solution experience. He is responsible for driving data platform solutions, including device to data center and cloud. His responsibility encompasses product strategy, solution development, customer advocacy, as well as partner and sales initiatives. Welcome, Ed. Thank you, and very glad to have you. Ed, you're part of Oracle Cloud Platform Product Management. Can you tell us more of your role?
All right. Hi, Srini. It's good to meet you and good to be chatting with you. Yes, I'm VP of Product Management for Oracle's data management portfolio of offerings, which includes obviously the database aspect of it. That includes autonomous database, XR Cloud Service, database cloud service, as well as their on-prem counterparts. Now, in addition to database, we also includes data integration, governance, big data, data lake, as well as AI, machine learning, and data science as a part of this unified data management platform.
Data is the new currency in the digital economy. Organizations are looking at how to make best use of the technology to integrate applications and gain data insights. Can you tell us what is Oracle's strategy in data management?
To take your sort of currency analogy one step further, what Oracle is focusing on is make sure the data is liquid, meaning that we really focus on make it easily accessible by users of all type, including app developer, administrator, analyst, data scientists, and so on and so forth. And we want to provide them with this unified data management platform that's easy to use, extremely secure, extremely high performance, and extremely cost competitive.
Today, most of the organizations have disparate systems for data management. Oracle Cloud Platform offers unique solutions for data management, including autonomous database, Exadata in cloud, etc. How does your organization support our customers, enabling them to succeed leveraging Oracle's data management solutions?
Yes, you point out one of the big challenges many of our customers have is that data are in different locations, different silos, different technologies, and so on and so forth. For instance, if you look at a customer that's currently using AWS as their data platform, they will have Redshift, they will have Aurora, they have DynamoDB, they have DocumentDB. Each one of them contains data in for specific use case. Each one of them need to be set up separately, managed separately, optimized separately, and secure separately. Now, what Oracle does here is really to do three things for our customer. Number one is to provide a unified or converged data platform. Number two is to deliver autonomous services. Number three, again, as I kind of talked about earlier, is the lower price performance ratio that leads to much lower TCO. Now, let me explain some of this more in more detail. Converged data platform. Unlike what I talked about AWS, Oracle's database platform allows you to do traditional relational database, graph database, document database, and more recently, we also add on blockchains, IoTs, and so on and so forth. Any of those data type is supported. And what that does is really allow customers or end users to use the same technology, whether it's for their application development, for running their EBS application on top of that, for taking data out for doing analytics, or now many of them are doing AI, machine learning, data science, and all of that. Now, with this kind of converged unified platform, this make learning easier. You learn once, you can do it any way you want to, much simplified management, much better security because it can optimize ones, secure ones, and any of the data in there are protected. And also future-proof because Oracle will continue to add on supports for different data type as those data type become more common. Now, we are not only talking about database, we also unify toolings around it, such as data integration, catalog, data science, governance, and so on and so forth. Again, make development, access, analyze, and gaining insights from all those data sources across organization much, much easier. Number two, which you probably heard a lot about this in terms of being autonomous, is really provide self-driving, self-optimization platform to reduce complexity of using database, using data store in the cloud, and then also ensure security and provide extremely high level of reliability. Number three, and I think we have seen quite a bit of our message and comparisons between our database to other database. We are much higher performant, and we are also much lower cost. And as Larry continued to promise that we can cut your AWS expense by 50%.
Data and cloud compute are the core of digital transformation. Data security, locality, sovereignty are the key issues. How can customers benefit from the partnership that your team has with Oracle partners like SuneraTech?
So partners such as SuneraTech is extremely critical for Oracle and for customer success. Customers don't just want technology from Oracle. What customers are looking for are solutions, the digital transformation solutions that solves their problem. Partner SuneraTech brings industry solutions along with the product expertise they know about Oracle product to help customer to be successful, to make sure the solution meets their digital transformation need, meets the new business model they try to drive toward, and also make sure they are deployed in a very secure and high performance way. Our customer partner, Sunera, work with the customers to define the solution, understand the requirement, define the solution, develop architectural design, implement solutions, and also help to manage customer service, manage those solutions for customers. And we, from Oracle perspective, work very closely with SuneraTech to share with them our product direction, make sure they are enabled on our technologies, and also we seek to them to get feedbacks on our product roadmaps and direction as well.
Ed, what is your take on SuneraTech's the Digital Acceleration Summit event? How do you think this helps the customers?
This is a great event hosted by SuneraTech. I really focus on how to help customers, and also learning from many other customers that have gone through this digital transformation, and lesson learned and best practice to accelerate the digital transformations, to enable new business models and improving their productivities and be successful as they go through that transformation.
SuneraTech has been an Oracle partner for over a decade in cloud, data, analytics, and digital platform solutions. What is your recommendation to customers in leveraging SuneraTech in implementing some of the digital solutions on Oracle Cloud technology and platforms?
Yeah. So I have personally been working with SuneraTech for last probably easily over 10 years. One of the things I learned about SuneraTech is they are extremely technically capable and also have a strong understanding of the industry they're serving, understand the unique business challenges and business problems that customer might have, and also understanding trends and directions where those industries need to go to. And I've seen them continue to offer help customer to be successful as they go through that digital transformation.
Next up is Rich Clayton, Vice President of Business Analytics Product Group at Oracle. Rich is responsible for driving global adoption of Oracle's business intelligence, big data analytics, and enterprise performance management solutions. He has a passion for helping companies transform their operations with analytics and driving change in financial management processes. He continuously researches industry trends, interacts with customers and partners, and presents at finance forums, big data events, and analytics symposiums around the world on Oracle strategy and future of analytics. Welcome, Rich. Thank you, and very glad to have you today. Rich, you are part of Oracle Cloud Platform, Business Analytics, and Big Data Group. Can you tell us more of your role?
Thank you for your opportunity to meet with you and the team. It's really an exciting opportunity to be part of this wonderful journey together. I'm Vice President of Product Strategy at Oracle Analytics, and my role is to help coach our customers to get the most out of analytics and data as an organization. I contribute to a variety of Data for Good programs. I teach analytics at University of Oregon and a few other places, and I try to mentor young professionals as they're looking to join our exciting industry. So thanks again for having me today.
Advanced innovation and business agility with cloud, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and analytics is powering the organizations into data-driven businesses. Can you tell us what is Oracle's strategy in data and analytics?
Oracle's strategy in analytics has really been articulated over the last few years. And last year, we brought in a new executive, TK Anand, to help crystallize our vision and strategy. And it really has three fundamental principles to it. First and foremost is around augmented. Augmented is empowering and embedding machine learning directly into core analytic processes, not just for data scientists. In fact, that's a secondary purpose, but really for the clickers in the organization. You know, the people that need to do analysis and don't have time, and need to explain why something is happening and don't have the curiosity or the ability to do R squares and, you know, random forest types of algorithms. So augmented analytics is really one of the critical principles, and that really embeds machine learning across the entire process, the entire journey of analytics, from data enrichment to data preparation, data modeling, all the way to data discovery and helping find patterns that are hiding in data. The second aspect of our strategy is around integration and creating an integrated experience. What we know now is that 70 to 80% of the time is spent by business analysts trying to organize, aggregate, summarize, find, synthesize data, and only 20 to 30% is actually spent analyzing the data. So integration means that analytics needs to be integrated with a data science capability, with a modern data warehouse platform. It also needs to be integrated with SaaS applications like performance management and the EPM area, like our ERP and HCM applications. So integration is a really critical piece. If you look at alternatives in the market, they may do a great job at visualization, but they don't do a real good job around data enrichment, data preparation. You have to get a separate tool for that. So with Oracle, we really differentiate by not only integrating with the Oracle ecosystem, data warehousing and SaaS applications, but also integrating that entire journey into one experience. And the third pillar of our strategy is around collaboration. Data in silos is only worth so much. When we can have common definitions, when we can understand the KPIs that drive our operations and our business outcomes, we can achieve more together. And yet collaboration generally happens when PowerPoints are sent around, or when Excel files are put on servers, or when desktop visualization tools are used to present data. And that's as far as it goes. And collaboration to us really means creating a foundation for learning, for not only sharing insights and actions, but also connecting with our customers, connecting with our suppliers, and leveraging machine learning to identify what next metric should I be looking at. So collaboration is really the third key principle. Now, one just small other kind of important factor, I guess, is that if you've been around Oracle Analytics for a long time, you probably know we have a whole soup of names of products. We now have consolidated that into 3 products across the company. We have Oracle Analytics Cloud, which many of you are aware of. That's a platform for both governed and self-service analytics. The corollary to that is Oracle Analytics Server. That product is available to all of our existing Oracle BI customers at no license fee, and has all the modern capabilities of Oracle Analytics Cloud. And the third is a new application we delivered called Fusion Analytics Warehouse. This is a suite of prepackaged analytic applications on top of our SaaS, Fusion SaaS. Now, unlike what we did in the past, where we would ship you a product, you would customize it, and it'd be very hard and expensive to upgrade, the Fusion Analytics Warehouse is both pre-built and extensible, and I'm happy to share more details with you in the time ahead. But today we have that application in place for both ERP and HCM, and we're really excited about the potential for this as our SaaS business continues to grow.
Rich, you're a customer coach on analytics. You enable them to get the benefits of Oracle Analytics Cloud. What is your message for our customers on how they can improve their business outcomes with leveraging the analytics and the data-driven insights?
I really take it as an honor to collaborate with our partners and our customers around how to get more out of analytics. And analytics is really a team sport. And by that, I mean the team involves both business and IT coming together to solve problems. When one tries to do it on their own, you get suboptimal results. So first and foremost, I think having a strong partnership with between business and IT is essential. I think all the new technology that's happening in the market right now has really created a need to relook at how we do things. What is IT's role going forward? Is it building data models and pushing them over the fence? Probably not. Now, business users can do self-service data modeling. And so from an IT perspective, we really have to redesign our roles, whether they be data engineering roles, whether they be data storytelling roles, citizen data scientists, and so forth. So first and foremost, I'd say we have to reevaluate our organizational and talent model. Secondly, many of you have built BI competency centers over the last 20 years, and it's time to get rid of them now. And the reason it's time to get rid of them is that the tools have matured in such a way that we don't need that anymore. What we need to focus on instead of creating these reporting centers, if you will, is building data literacy. And there's all kinds of great ways in which you can do that. Third thing I would say is that we all get hung up around the tooling, but I think we need to focus on the KPIs, the ones that matter. Have more discussion about that then which tool is right for the job that we're trying to do. And the final comment I would make in this regard is, if you haven't explored a data for good project in your company or in your organization, do so. Not for public relation purposes, but to learn and to create purpose for people's work. Connect it to your volunteer work, and contribute to your charity of cause, or the interest, the passion that you have. That's a real wonderful opportunity for you to invest in your people and invest in societal incomes. Gartner says that organizations that do this have 50% faster hiring for data-related jobs. And I know we're in a data scarce talent pool right now, so that's an important facet in terms of getting more from your analytic initiatives.
What trends will most impact the organizations on how they utilize data and analytics in 2020 and beyond? What is the advice to our customers on what they must be doing to maximize the data and analytics in their organization?
I think maximizing analytics in your organization really is a change management effort, and developing a framework and developing an approach to what kinds of capabilities you intend to develop over the months and years ahead. Business managers and finance, marketing, HR people are not interested in the 12 to 18 month waterfall projects that have high risk, high cost, and low probability of success. So you really have to take a sprint and agile methodology and agile approach to your analytics projects to get the most out of them. And obviously, our view is that augmented analytics has huge potential. So rather than saying, well, we're not sure if it's relevant or applicable to the work that we do, why not say, how could we best utilize it? How could we best embrace cloud? One of the things I've seen over the last few months is that customers have taken antiquated systems on-prem, written in OBIE, the dashboards and reports, and they've moved them to the cloud and expected magical results. Like magic was going to happen because it's now in the cloud. And they get let down because no magic happens. And the reason is they didn't reimagine the process. They didn't look at, with a fresh pair of eyes, what are the analytic needs that we have today, and how do we modernize our strategy to meet those needs? So those are just a few ideas I have in terms of how to get more out of the systems and the approach that you're taking.
Rich, how can customers benefit from the partnership that your team has with the Oracle partners like SuneraTech?
SuneraTech and Oracle have been partners for a very long period of time, and we really value this partnership. It's created tremendous success for our joint customers in the past, and we think that will continue to be the case going forward. This is a rapidly changing market, and I think you all at SuneraTech have done a great job of keeping current. And so this partnership brings many opportunities for our customers, brings opportunities to help design reference architectures, to help sequence roadmaps and sort of work through that set of cases that are being presented today. Let's face it, the use cases that we had in February, just as an example, are not the use cases we have in March. And so that is also true today. And we think that having a strategic partner will allow you to think through the cost benefit of the variety of opportunities out there. What it all kind of boils down to is getting started. And I think, having some kind of proof of value is really important to doing that. It shows executives that you're listening, that you're going to react and respond quickly, and that you can bring data together on demand as needed to fulfill an immediate need. After all, that's what analytics is about, is to serving the business, not just doing cool charts. So I think together, SuneraTech and Oracle really provide you a great foundation to advance your position in cloud and really take advantage of the emerging innovation that's happening and the best practices approaches that SuneraTech has. So thank you very much.
Next up is Suhas Uliyar, Vice President, Digital Assistants, AI, and Integrations at Oracle. Suhas has over 25 years of technical and business management experience in new category creation in enterprise software. He has launched over 20 products from concept through go-to-market in network management, enterprise mobile apps, chatbots powered by AI and cloud, generating over several hundred millions in revenue. Welcome, Suhas. Thank you and very glad to have you. Suhas, you lead the product management of Oracle Cloud Platform, specifically the digital assistants, AI, mobile, and integrations. Can you tell us more of your role?
Well, first of all, thanks, Srini, for having me. I have a fun job, and like what Michael Jordan once said, I play basketball and I get paid for it too. So actually, I have a fun job and I get paid for it too. I get to play with a lot of cool technologies, like you mentioned. So I'm responsible for managing the strategy, product vision, direction for a number of services, integration cloud, digital assistant, and some of the AI services around language, speech, document management, and the like. So it's a fun job. I get to play with a lot of innovative technologies that is really a sort of a key basis for digital transformations.
Given that integration is the backbone to any and all of digital solutions, can you tell us what is Oracle's strategy in cloud integrations?
So Srini, in the 90s, if you remember, we had a whole sort of wave of integration platforms on premise based on SOA. And it was primarily focused, integration was primarily focused to either being a backbone for application to application integrations to share data between them, what we refer to as application integration, or being used to move data into data warehouse, which is primarily ETL kind of use cases, primarily used for analytics in sort of data warehouses, right? In the last decade or so, right, with the innovation and the innovation in mobile and rapidly expanding digital transformative technologies like Internet of Things, blockchain, conversational AI, augmented reality, integration has gone way beyond sort of the traditional application to application integration use cases to basically become the core fabric to make data available to all these digital technologies without having to worry about the complexity that typically comes with these integrations, right? Gartner claims that 50% of the time and cost related to implementing digital technologies is related to integration. And I'm sure you also agree. I mean, we've been doing mobile and other types of digital transformations for quite some time. And from our experience, and even with the innovation in things like low code, no code, I would still say that 70 to 80% of the cost and time related to building effective digital solutions is spent in integrating data and maintaining things like data integrity and security, right? So that is sort of one big strategy and the trend, which is to be able to use integration as the fabric for all digital transformative technologies. The other big trend, as you all see today, is migrating applications to the cloud. But all our customers are somewhere in their journey to the cloud and still have to manage many applications on premise, so a true sort of hybrid deployment of existing applications on premise and new applications in the cloud. So this brings in additional complexity to integrate cloud to cloud, cloud to ground, ground to ground. So all these different paradigms of where data is, and do it in a cost-effective way and do it in a way that is performant from a user expectations perspective. And then to be able to automate these business processes across these applications, regardless of where they are, right? So there's the other trend is to what Gartner refers to as the enterprise iPaaS, and being able to support all these different paradigms of where applications are, custom or off the shelf, and being able to automate business processes across this. So our strategy is essentially to enable an enterprise-grade iPaaS platform with an API-first approach that enables customers to effectively and efficiently connect their applications to their cloud, enable these integrations as APIs, provide a low-code tool to automate business processes across its applications, and as I mentioned, to be able to expose these APIs that can be consumed by app developers building out these new interfaces or new experiences, digital experiences like mobile or conversational, or be able to expose them to blockchain type of applications. So some of the things we are doing is we're continuing to add machine learning. We already have some machine learning capabilities in the in integration, but to expand on that to do things like anomaly detection, being able to predict if something is an impending issue is going to come around, and being able to effectively handle it to ensure uninterrupted business operations. So in nutshell, our strategy is to continue to simplify and make it easy to increase time to value with the out-of-the-box recipes and supported business accelerators.
Connectivity and simplicity is a key element in the digital transformation and, of course, the user experience. You have been focusing extensively on digital assistants, AI, and machine learning. Tell us more about what are digital assistants, what are the use cases, and how our customers can get started.
Sure, Srini. So you may know digital assistants more commonly as chatbots. Digital assistants enable a new way of digital experience that use natural conversations to interact with data in enterprise applications. These interactions are powered by AI using deep learning capabilities for things like natural language understanding and processing. So what makes a digital assistant different from chatbots is that, number one, it enables the user to interact with a number of multiple chatbots, what we refer to as skills, rather than just one skill. So imagine you're an employee of an organization dealing with HR, with IT help desk, with procurement, with expenses. So you have all these different chatbots or skills. The digital assistant provides one mechanism through which you can interact with all these different sort of skills, if you like. The second thing where digital assistants differ from simple chatbots is that the dialogue and the conversations are much more richer, much more complex with context, state, and the full process behind this. So it's not just a question of asking a question and getting an answer, but truly being an assistant that helps you through a process. So for example, if you say, I have a change in marital status, or I have a newborn in my family, what should I do? Typical chatbot will answer and say, oh, you need to update your W-4 or do your benefits, update your benefits. But a digital assistant will actually walk you through the process of actually completing that process itself. The third thing is that digital assistants are more proactive and support what we refer to as application-initiated conversations, rather than a simple chatbot that is typically sort of initiated by a user, right? So that's sort of what the digital assistant is and what we do. And I think you asked about different use cases. The use cases that is sort of what we see more prominent and also shows maximum value, i.e. ROI, is in the customer self-service, which is truly driving down cost of customer service and increasing sort of customer satisfaction and what we refer to as Net Promoter Scores, NPS. And it really comes down to the fact that, being able to quickly respond instead of, standing, waiting in a line, waiting for the next agent to be available, or, waiting for the agent to transfer you to somebody else who's probably going to ask you the same question over and over again. So this is sort of where we are able to provide a much better sort of customer self-service through the digital assistant. Similar to external customer service, which I just described, we're seeing a tremendous amount of uptake in internal employee service across HR, across IT help desk, that also includes some of the ERP use cases. This is where the digital assistant really shines, where as an employee of an organization, I may have questions related to HR. I may have IT help desk questions like, how do I get email on my iPhone, et cetera, et cetera. At the same time, I want to submit my expense or procure a new laptop, all of that done within the confines of one digital assistant. And in terms of sort of the use cases and sort of how people can get used to it or try it out, they can just literally talk to you guys or go to oracle.com, and it's part of the OCI, or the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Service. You can try it, and we can get going with all the documentation and everything available online.
What trends will most impact the organizations on how they leverage cloud integrations, API, and automation with the digital assistants in 2020 and beyond? What is the advice to our customers on what they must be doing to accelerate digital transformation in their organizations?
So Srini, this year has been challenging to everyone in this world, including all our customers. This pandemic has driven all of us to work remotely, which is making it really difficult for our customers to scale to support their customers and employees. I mean, we are fortunate that we are in the technology business. We travel quite a bit, so sometimes working from home is a respite, and we can work remotely efficiently because we have the technology, access to technology. We work for tech companies, and for us, it is life as normal as it could be working remotely. But for a lot of enterprise customers and their employees, it is very different, very difficult. So enabling remote working means enabling customers to access data from anywhere, any place, securely, and with acceptable performance, right? So this means that applications need to be integrated, data exposed in a secure way that can be consumed by multiple channels, being able to drive sort of self-service capability either through mobile apps or through digital or virtual assistants or chatbots. So our customers can scale without compromising on quality of service, right? So I would say the biggest trend in 2020 and going beyond is the ability for enterprises to really sort of take inventory of all their applications, all their assets, make sure that they're all integrated so the processes are automated, and not only the processes are automated, but all the data elements are exposed in a secure, RESTful interface through APIs that can be easily consumed through all these digital channels, whether it's mobile or a new web channel or using things like the digital assistant. And the last part I would say is this is sort of where we're seeing this growth of adoption in the cloud, because the cloud does become a very sort of easy and a critical way, a simple way to consume these services without having to sort of have all your infrastructure, right? So now that everyone's working remotely, being able to have these options where no matter where the employee is, to be able to connect to a data center, whether they're working remotely or working in a different region, to have that kind of speed and access to data and applications. So the cloud and access to data and access to self-service and digitizing sort of your processes is sort of where I see the biggest trends and where this pandemic is sort of causing those priorities to shift towards more enablement for their employees and their customers.
Question 5. How do you envision partner integrators like SuneraTech, who provide professional services, playing a key role in enabling customers succeed, leveraging Oracle's cloud platform for extending enterprise applications with API, mobile, digital assistants?
So Srini, first of all, thank you for being a great partner. All successful implementations and success stories with our customers have partners like yourselves playing an absolute critical role. There is no doubt about that. Understanding the business flow, logic, application interfaces, bringing in sort of the best practices and experiences that you have gained and cultivated from other implementation truly minimizes the risk for our customers. Now, we can go and innovate, we can build new products, we can try and build as many sort of low code, no code, simple tools. But the fact of the matter is that without partners like yourselves that understand sort of the business flow, understand the reason why someone is doing something, truly understand sort of the reasons why something is integrated or something is automated or something is provided as a digital channel, it is very difficult to minimize risk. And that is sort of where partners are critical with the experience and the expertise they bring to the play, right? We have several consultants in a company that we've trained and certified in our products. And in turn, sort of, you guys have a very close relationship with us directly. I mean, you guys have access to our product teams, our engineering teams. If there's an issue, you know who to call, and you know that you'll get an immediate response. And that truly sort of helps our customers when your teams are engaged, right? So you guys provide that real, true conduit and bridge to be able to bridge or do the translation between what the customer is trying to do and what the product does, and that's invaluable. In addition to this, sort of, me and the other partners provide sort of things like Kickstart or Jumpstart programs with pre-built components and methodologies that truly and really ensures a successful, happy, and a referenceable customer. So it really comes down to, You guys are the sort of subject matter experts. You're the trusted experts with our customers. And it's a pleasure for us to be able to help you, train you on new technologies. And in turn, you provide us all the more important use cases that we can continue to improve our product. So that partnership is invaluable. And thank you for that.
Suhas, thank you for joining us and sharing the insights with us. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Next up, I would like to introduce Rob Caddy, Director of IT at Mendota Pet Products. Mendota Pet is a leading manufacturing and e-commerce company that produces high quality, made in the USA products that are loved by pets. Rob, thank you so much for joining us today. Rob, can you talk about what makes Mendota Pet unique?
Yes, I'm Rob. I work with Mendota Pet, and we manufacture dog products and dog leashes here, and we're in Minnesota, United States. And my experience is I work in IT, but this is a family-run business, and my parents own it, so I'm working here as a family member and with IT background experience.
Can you talk about integration strategy for your organization?
Okay, so we use NetSuite as a ERP solution, and we use Shopify as an e-commerce solution. We don't use the SuCommerce Advanced within NetSuite, so our Shopify orders are not invoiced in NetSuite. So we need some type of solution to bridge the gap so we don't have to manually invoice all these orders. And that's where SuneraTech stepped in. And part of our strategy was to build an integration through Oracle Cloud to transfer that data from Shopify over to NetSuite. That was part of our strategy. But as an overall strategy, we're just looking to sell on e-commerce on our website, mendotapet.com, and Amazon 3PA account, and nothing too fancy there.
Based on your experience, can you share a few key success factors in application integration?
So for us, what worked was just finding a good partner, someone that could build our integration, understand our needs, and find a way to implement that. That has been useful for us. Yeah.
COVID-19 has significantly accelerated the e-commerce adoption in retail. Now, what are your thoughts?
So the people are ordering a lot more online now. So our integrations and everything was set up and automated prior to COVID. But COVID is just kind of shining a light on that and making us, very grateful we have this already set up because it's more important now than it was before as business is driving towards e-commerce, and you want those solutions set up. Our e-commerce business has gone up a lot post-COVID, and having everything automatically invoiced has been a good strategy there.
Rob, SuneraTech has been your partner in modernizing your application integrations as well as your e-commerce integration with your backend order management application, among others. What is your experience in the journey to cloud with Oracle Cloud integrations?
Yeah, this integration that we set up was our first time using Oracle Integration Cloud or any Oracle Cloud product. I mean, we do have the NetSuite ERP solution, but the experience was just setting up the Integration Cloud, working with you guys to basically program that out and get everything set up and automated there. So the key benefits is just removing that manual invoicing part. So every time we had an order, we had to have someone, keying in all these orders, all these items in the orders, and so labor costs are different now. It's all automated. There's no room for user error. So that was a big thing. If you're putting in a lot of items and a lot of orders, eventually people are going to have a typo there and key in the wrong item, and then your inventory is off. So it's just a good strategy to have that all automated.
Rob, thank you for joining us and sharing the insights. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Next up is Roger Thompson, Director of Enterprise Analytics at Deckers Brands. Roger is an industry leader with over 25 years of experience across sales, supply chain, and operations. Roger is regarded as a strong team leader. He tries to combine business, IT, and analytical strengths to uncover and sell key opportunities and guide cross-functional teams in the creation of processes and systems that will accommodate ever-changing business needs. Welcome, Roger. Thank you, and we're very glad to have you. Deckers has a portfolio of successful brands like UGG boots, Teva, etc., each serving customers in a unique way. Can you walk us through how Deckers has leveraged digital and analytics to establish and strengthen these brands?
Thank you, Feroz. Yeah, so Deckers is we're a group of brands of footwear. So we have UGG boots, we have Hoka, One running, then there's Sanuk and Teva as well to round out our portfolio. We're gaining customers through multiple channels. So we have a set of retail stores, we have e-com across all of those brands, and then we also have retail partners that we work through from a wholesale standpoint. So recognizing what the customer is buying is of critical importance to us and when they're buying it. And every brand is different from the seasonality of the product to the types of products that they are and what their usage cases are. So being able to understand what is taking off, what is slowing down, and being able to communicate that information back into the brands and to our factories is of critical importance. So what we're doing as our team is we're trying to gather all of that information, pair it with our expectations of our shipping in upcoming seasons, and being able to communicate that as quickly as possible.
Ever increasing customer expectations is one of the biggest challenges in your business. What has been your digital strategy to be innovative and meet the customer demand?
Yes, thank you. We are really tracking our consumer behavior and getting their sentiment activity. So anything that happens on Instagram, the communications that's happening with our end customers, of critical importance to be able to bring that back into the organization and recognize what's taking place real time. So whether it's POS sales activity that's going on at the retail store, if we launch a product in a new location, being able to see how the performance is and what sentiment analysis is there, and then being able to communicate that across the organization.
COVID-19 has significantly accelerated the e-commerce adoption in retail, and e-commerce technology has enabled to capture more data and making it available to create better intelligence. Can you throw us some light on your strategies and digital priorities in managing this shift?
Absolutely. So when the pandemic first hit, there was an immediate reaction from our retail partners, watching their businesses start to shut off and close down, and the impact not only to our POS activity, but also our shipments and what the inventory expectations, and also trying to help our wholesale partners. Very quickly, we did see a huge rise in our e-com business. We really wanted to focus in on what was the product that was driving to that. How did we make sure that we could capture all of those opportunities, but then also how do we help our retail partners when they start coming back online? And one of our first steps was to look at our internal forecasting process, and how could we start to recognize the new impact of COVID-19 as quickly as possible, and then getting that information back to our leadership. So we actually created an entire forecasting process specifically for COVID-19. We went back in time really to 2008, to the last kind of economic downturn, and understood what was taking place then, and started making projections based upon as similar of an event as possible. We then looked at every type of product when one area of the world was starting to come back online and getting people back into retail stores, what was their impact? We then tried to extrapolate that information back into all of our other businesses, and then also to make sure that our factory partners were able to see into that information and recognize what products were going to be were likely to grow versus which ones were likely to decline. Because this hasn't been a success story across all product categories. It's been very narrow in terms of which products people are buying in the new realm, whether they're sitting at home, sitting in their slippers, or in their running shoes, which were a huge takeoff for us. At the same time, some of the other product categories started to actually falter a little bit. And so recognizing that as quickly as possible, and then communicating that back to our partners, both from a factory standpoint and from a retail standpoint, was important to us.
Customer experience has become the topmost priority, and there's a major shift towards personalized offerings. How do you see analytics evolve in product innovation in terms of personalized offerings and enhancing the customer experience at Deckers?
Yeah, so we're really partnering very closely with our marketing technology group. So the way that our team is structured, we're like half business and half IT professionals, and we've been joined together, and our goal is to work with different segments of the business. And some teams have like very technical leads. Other parts of our business, they really need more of the development back-end work, so we work with them. With our marketing team, they're the ones who are really on the front lines and understand everything that's going on with our end customer. They're communicating that back into us, which we're then kind of helping to facilitate back and tie those activities back to specific products. So that's really been a big focus for our group. And that could be as simple as when you walk into one of our retail locations and they may ask you for your email address, and being able to then, for that customer rep, to be able to understand what you've already purchased from us and what are the products that are starting to take off for similar consumers like you. So our goal is to help the customer as much as possible. It's not really to try and sell them, but to help facilitate the communication flow in terms of what's taking off and what might fit that particular customer. So working with our marketing team has been a huge boon for our team.
Roger, SuneraTech has been your partner of data and analytics. What has been your experience of driving data strategy at Deckers? Can you walk us through some of the data initiatives being undertaken at Deckers, and how successful have you been in some of these data initiatives?
So over the last year and a half, we have completely revamped our data warehouse, it allows us to bring in a large set of data, link together all aspects of what's going on inside of our business. We then have created a microservices network to be able to get external data sets and bring those in. And then we're also really going after machine learning in a pretty strong way. And then those models not only have to be created, but how do we interject that into our process as well? And then how do you recognize changes inside of our machine learning models? So that's really what we're encompassing, a place to bring all of this information together. It may be completely structured. Some of it is certainly unstructured. And so it's really just making sure that data pipeline is there and available. And then our team is really helping to bridge the communication gap and make sure that the needs of the business are being met. At the end of the day, we're a shoe company. Our job is to make sure that the customers that are needing products from us, that we're meeting their needs as quickly as possible. And that all happens by sharing information in a quick, clean, easy way.
Roger, thank you for joining us and sharing the insights. We really appreciate it. Thank you.